Hello and good day, everybody. This is Mainul. Today, I just talk about something academic uh, because the people who are following me in my personal Facebook page, you know that you probably know that I have done a PhD from the University of Tasmania, Australia. So I often get queries about higher studies in Australia. What is the procedure? You know, people who have done honors or masters, probably. I mean, so I'm just going to give some brief information. If you have career aspiration, if you want to pursue higher studies by research, for instance. So for example, if you're from South Asia, okay, like or whatever part of the world, let's say South Asia, because I'm from South Asia, I'm from Bangladesh. So if you are, let's say, Bangladeshi or Indian or Pakistani or Nepalese or Sri Lankan student, for instance, or from Afghanistan, and you have done an honors, so and now you want to pursue a higher studies by research in Australia, you want to get a scholarship, what's the procedure, what you have to do? uh, so to be eligible for a scholarship in a country like Australia, you have to have, of course, if you have to in your honors, you have to have a thesis, okay, and that thesis has to be like 25% of the entire grade system, okay, and out of that, and if you have that, like let's say 25% of was research component in your entire credit that you get at the end of the day in your degree, then you can look for a scholarship in Australia. And what's the procedure of looking for a scholarship? What's the eligibility? Of course, one thing you'd be needing most of the cases, even if you have studied in English, you would need an IELTS score, and it's most of the cases is sort of, I think, 6.5 overall band score with no band less than 6 is often acceptable. If you have something higher than that, that's good, but I think that's quite reasonable. I mean, you would be able to do PhD by that. Okay, at master's level, Australia doesn't offer much scholarship. There is not much scholarship at master's level, but often there is, you know, masters by research, there are few scholarships there is available, but that's not many, only few. At the PhD level, there are various scholarships. So there is scholarship IPRS, International Postgraduate Research Scholarship. That's then there is AUSAID. This is usually given. AUSAID is given actually to government employees of respective countries. Let's say somebody from Bangladesh or India or Pakistan who is working for the government, let's say in a university or, you know, for the respective sector. Usually those people get AUSAID, and if you get AUSAID, then you have to usually commit for 2 years back in your country, and respective universities have scholarships as well. So let's say University of Tasmania have Tasmanian postgraduate research scholarship, okay, Tasmanian graduate research scholarship, or called TGRS. So now those scholarship, most of the cases, and there is only tuition fees scholarship where people don't get you know, living allowance, only tuition fees. So there are some scholarships like that as well. So so there is, as I said, so there is various types of scholarships. And now, based on your research field, the first thing that you need to do is to is to look into the respective department or the respective universities, you know, where you want to apply for. You want to look for the profile of the professors. The first thing is to find a supervisor. All right, you have to find a supervisor who will guide you for your PhD thesis, or let's say your master's thesis, or for a PhD thesis you have to find a supervisor. So you have to research, you know, respective people profile, a professor or associate or assistant, and see whether their research interest matches with your interest, what you want to do, and what is your skills that you have acquired through your studies in your home country, whether that matches with that in Australia or not. And once you find someone interested, you read their profile, you look into their publications. In science, we often have publication, so you have to look into their publication and see whether that looks interesting to you or not. And once you find that interest your interest, you obviously have to communicate. You have to send an email to them with explaining your background, your research interest, your profile that you have. All right, and usually you need to have a publication from your previous work, like honors or master's level, whatever you have studied before. If you want to pursue PhD, so then you have to send, your credentials and your CV, and few referees. Okay, so once you send those things and the supervisor is happy to proceed with you, you then have to develop a project with the supervisor. At the end of the day, that might not be the project that you are going to work once you're in Australia, but for a scholarship application you would need a project. Okay, so you would have to develop a project, and once you have developed a project, then with that supervisor you submit an application, usually to the specific research hub. Let's say for science and technology or engineering, science and engineering, there'd be there'd be a respective hub, and you have to send your documents, your CV, your academic credentials there, and along with the support of a supervisor in Australian university, and they are going to then assess your documents, that whether and of course English language proficiency test score, IELTS score, or PTE score, or TOEFL, whatever you have done. Australia doesn't need ZRE. So once you send those things to the university there, then they are going to assess those documents, and once they have assessed the documents and they feel that you satisfy their criteria, then you can apply. I mean, so your application for a graduate position would automatically be considered for the scholarships. All right, and based on your merit or based on your credentials, your CV, they are going to offer you various scholarships. So often it could be either IPRS, it could be International Postgraduate Research Scholarship, or the scholarship of the specific university, or sometimes they offer just the tuition fee scholarship. In that case, you have to show how you're going to maintain your living expenses once you're in Australia. The difference between a scholarship between IPRS and the university scholarship is just that IPRS gives health insurance, covers health insurance, and I think embassy visa fee. So this is only benefit. Apart from that, the amount that they give for living allowance and the tuition fees are the same. So this is a query that I often get. So I think that's more or less the standard procedure of applying and getting a scholarship. And of course, once you're accepted for a scholarship, then the university is going to send you a document that you have got a scholarship. You are going to then use that scholarship and that document and enrollment paper and to apply for the visa. All right, and then obviously you get the visa, and then you start your study. So I wish you all the best, the people who looks for higher studies position in countries like Australia. And if you have any queries and I could be of help by giving you more specific information, do not hesitate to contact me. And all the best, the people who are following me. So this is today, I'm not just going to talk about the business part of my personal profile, just the academic part. And in other cases, I'm also sharing some information about self-defense techniques like karate. So all the best with your academic endeavors, and have a good time. All right, goodbye.